The wind howled outside as the heavy rain drummed against the windows. Inside St. Michael's Elementary, the air was thick with tension. We huddled in the dark classroom, shadows dancing on the walls, the only sound the patter of rain and the distant rumble of thunder. It was supposed to be a normal day, but the announcement came abruptly, shattering the routine. "Lockdown! Lockdown!" "This is not a drill," blared the intercom, urgency palpable in the voice. Panic set in as we followed our training, cowering silently in the corner. Time stretched, each second an eternity. Fear gripped my heart, the unknown lurking beyond the thin door separating us from whatever horror stalked the halls. The teachers exchanged worried glances, their eyes mirroring our own trepidation. Then, a sound pierced the silence, a soft, guttural whisper. It seemed to emanate from nowhere, filling the room like a chilling mist. My breath caught in my throat. We all heard it, every one of us. My eyes darted around, searching for the source, but all I saw were my classmates, wide-eyed and trembling. The whisper grew louder, morphing into words that slithered through the air, seeping into my mind. "Release me," it rasped, a voice ancient and tormented. My skin prickled, cold sweat forming on my forehead. It was as if the very walls held secrets, secrets that yearned to break free. One of the teachers, Mrs. Hastings, her face drained of color, clasped a trembling hand over her mouth. Her eyes darted wildly, terror etched across her features. She knew something we didn't, something unspeakable. The shadows in the corners of the room seemed to thicken, coiling like serpents ready to strike. I felt their icy touch, sending shivers down my spine. The room grew colder, the air oppressive with malevolence. I could sense it, a presence lurking just beyond the veil of our senses. As the minutes stretched on, the whispers grew more insistent, more desperate. "Let me out! Set me free!" they pleaded, a chorus of anguished souls trapped in some unholy limbo. It was maddening, the ceaseless torment. Suddenly, the intercom crackled to life, the principal's voice trembling. "Stay quiet, stay hidden. Help is on the way," he implored, his voice laced with a terror he couldn't hide. But it was too late. The door to our sanctuary creaked open slowly, revealing a darkness that seemed to swallow the feeble light. Mrs. Hastings gasped, her hand still pressed against her mouth, eyes wide with terror. Something was in the doorway, something that defied reason. It was a formless, shifting mass of shadows, tendrils of darkness snaking out like probing fingers. The air grew heavy with its presence, suffocating us. I could feel its hunger, a predatory intent that sent chills down my spine. With a guttural moan, Mrs. Hastings stepped forward, her face contorted with a mixture of anguish and determination. "I'm sorry," she whispered, her voice strained. And then, in one swift motion, she stepped into the abyss. The door slammed shut, leaving us in a stunned silence. The whispers ceased, replaced by an eerie stillness. We were alone once more, but the horror of what we'd witnessed hung heavy in the air. Hours later, the police arrived, their flashlights cutting through the darkness, searching for any sign of what had transpired. They found nothing, no trace of Mrs. Hastings, no evidence of the darkness that had enveloped our world. To this day, I can't forget the shadows, the whispers, or the sacrifice of Mrs. Hastings. The memory haunts my dreams, a chilling reminder of the inexplicable horrors that can lurk in the most ordinary of places. And I know, deep down, that whatever was unleashed that day still waits, biding its time, hungry for